Hi, Tea Society. Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we are checking out Tower of God Season 2, Episode 12, and I am stressed because I know what's coming, and I don't want to deal with it. We had some of it in the last episode, and it does feel different with, like, sound and sound effects and what have you. I am not going to do well, probably, with this one, but I do love Khun's revenge arc, so that's pulling me through. In 3, 2, 1, go. Stressed. Yeah, y'all are like a little bit late to the madness. What didn't happen here? That's the real question. Sorry, I'm Sith and one characters. Anytime I get some moments with Endorsey, we play him first. And so it begins. Talk about like an actual red flag though. It's my boy, it's my boy, it's my boy! Alright, I'm sorry. I'm cool, I'm contained. And the man, the myth, the legend himself. But that's my boy! It's supposed to be darling! I know he's a red flag, it's fine. Unacceptable. Good animation on the eye, though. Like the reaction and then the shift back. Well, that's unsettling. Oh, I'm too excited to see my boy rock. I love him so much. It's cool. We'll figure it out. Don't worry, sweetie pie. It gets better? I don't know if I can say that with conviction. Some stuff does happen later, but it gets somewhat better, at least on the being with your friends, sort of, kind of side of things. Again, it gets complicated. I'm sorry. Seeing Rock again made me like a little bit too excited. Need to ground myself again, it's fine. Just the more gentle giants I get to collect, the happier I am. I know I have a problem. I guess are we gonna get a different opener soon? Episode 12? I guess technically the next episode is like the middle mark, right? There are 26 episodes. Gonna be getting into workshop stuff soon. All the stuff around that. I don't know why I needed arms. You know what I mean? Just like, is that necessary? Forgot about the stowaways. I mean, barely. I love the unfazed, like, no. My sweet darling. Someone help him. He was impaled. She's so unhinged, it makes me uncomfy. Even though I knew it was coming. It's been be quite a story. Boy, isn't it. There's so much after this point. And I'm not even anywhere close to catching up on the webtoon yet. The voice actor on her is having so much fun, though. Fine is not good. Just saying. He better get some cooler animation. Cool little split screen there. Ooh! Right. I feel like there was probably a gentler way to tell them not to fight. I'm just saying. Good display of power, though. Novik's just like, what? The number of times he said that in the last couple episodes, I'm just like, ooh, scary. Okay. I like that we got some of the pretty art back in the eyes, though. I was missing for a little bit with the animation. Empty threat. I mean, I know that, I guess. Of course, I guess the other Fook members could. I like Novik's role in this is, huh? Huh? Like, nice cute little cloak. Oh, God. It's complicated. I think it's cool to have like the screens, but it has like the eyes. This is not a time to be arguing. Unfazed. Boy. Ooh, he was so fast with that. Like, never forget that just because he's a plans kind of person, that he can't actually fight if he wants to. Or we could make friends. bold of Wang not to be sitting next to him after that. Yes, who do we know who just likes to collect people? Lord Devil takes me out every time. Pikachu, I choose you. I guess it would have to be a ground type. Dang. Could have gone with like Diglett or something. Again, what didn't happen? He knows a lot of things. You're gonna have to be more specific. Prince looks so unimpressed. It's a good clue. Like, it's a good way of helping them find Khun, but it's also a great way of, like, leaving a clue. Because his pocket is distinct. It's a lot of determined faces. I mean, you're gonna need a new team. Just saying. You don't know that yet, but you're gonna need a new team. Sorry, I can't get over Prince's like shoulders. Like that boy definitely has shoulder pads in like every jacket he owns. It's complicated. Yeah, this is what you should be worried about. Is it just me, or do they not seem to be able to have a... Oh, I just saw like the blood smear on the wall, but like, is it just me, or can they not seem to keep a consistent height on the characters? Because I noticed it with Rock. I'm like, there's a much bigger height difference there. And then now I noticed it again with like Ocropter and Khun. Yeah. And Dan got like stabbed, like frenzied. It's honestly quite censored here for like what it probably would have looked like. Help my boy. Justice for Dan. Despite being face down in his own blood, like, yeah. Oof. Good animation in the eyes this episode. Like a lot of reactions there we had with Rock, and then we have it now with Khun. Because for his cold exterior, he does care. It's why he's on a revenge mission. They're so adorable. Like, they don't even know him, and they're just, like, worried and determined to see him be okay. Oh, smile. Yep. Faker. That switching expression. He knows when to smile to get what he wants. Like the POV. It's like white liminal space. Yep. Put all the pieces together. It's an interesting way of showing it, like, because it's usually like the white panels that we get in the webtoon, and then showing it differently. But also like the screens, which I think is really interesting, just like the themes that we get into with this season, and like how like lighthouses work and stuff. So dramatic. That is a much more difficult question. He figures it out though. Look who showed up! These two minds facing off with each other is always entertaining. Is this where we didn't know all this yet? I can't keep up with who knows what anymore. Especially like going back to this. I'm further along the story in the webtoon. Yeah, it's a whole thing. She was so ready for that. Like, she's like intentionally provoking him, and she's like, I'm ready for when you lash out. Mm. It's very complicated. They don't seem to all get along or agree on much. There's so many different groups. All the she provoked him like so much, and then she's like, and now I'm going to make a request. I'm gonna ask a favor. Yeah, he's scary. Agreed. We need to keep an eye on him. Yeah, what's the plan? And you might want to get that checked out. It's so strange to see with his hair down. Yeah, he's got his own stuff now. He's on his own revenge quest. The trauma. Yeah, like she was mad. It's a terrifying image. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's not very good at seeing that other people aren't like she would be. Not that I'm salty, but I am. Forever and always. Love the determination, especially after such a traumatic thing to happen. And he's just like, oh, we're gonna show them. Look at it being moody. We didn't ask them though. Oof. I know that I have some of my critiques for this. I feel like it's a lot of things that other people were saying before I got into checking out the season. I do feel like the animation was like better in this one in terms of the fact that it wasn't super action heavy, right? Like we had a few action heavy episodes. I'm like, ooh, it didn't bother me as much when we were having stuff that was more like exposition and character things and conversations as opposed to having actual like fight choreography and stuff. But one of the things that I do like about how they're taking the webtoon and putting it into the anime is the way that they're putting in some more like horror elements into it. Especially like I noticed it with Emily, right? Like kind of the glitching and the use of like voices and some of the almost like breaking the fourth wall. And there's a little bit of that incorporated in this too with the way that Khun is portrayed, right? Like he has like a scary edge to him. And having Rachel, I love that there are certain characters that are a bit scarier that have some of those kind of like horror elements integrated into the way that they're presented. That yes, you can have that in a webtoon, right? There are definitely scary comics out there, but there's something else for incorporating that into a visual medium where you have like sounds and music cues and the way that you can play around with motion and glitching and distortion and all of that. So I like that they're bringing some of that into the series because I think that it amplifies some of the stakes, right? Like it adds in what it would feel like to be in these situations, right? Like we can feel some of Dan's fear in the way that Rachel is shown from his perspective, right? And even like having Emily as like this other kind of entity, there's this otherness, this like uncanniness to what Emily is. And I love that that's like mixed into it, right? Like again, even with Khun, there's like certain like music cues and lighting and ways that he moves that add in this like darker edge to him compared to some of the other characters. So I do like that they're bringing some of those elements in, especially as we get like further and further into the season and it becomes like more and more high stakes as we go through. But I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click those plays to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to miss next time I post a Tower of God reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.